Yes, sir. Peace to the squad. Peace to the family. Men's night. Men's night.
There
Men's
you go.
night. YMCA. Talking about that YMCA.
Hey, I hear
We
you.
can do it. We going look at Roger. He like, whoa, what happened here? What's up, y'all? What's the deal? What's the
Well, I don't
deal,
know.
man?
In my generation, that YMCA so was a little infiltrated. So I don't know.
I'm
I
telling
don't
you,
know
though.
where they inverted. I don't know where they inverted it for y'all. But with my time, that ain't what we saw.
No,
You
I'm
that
in the
was
same boat. I'm in the same boat, the rainbow. Yeah.
oh, well, I'm not in that boat.
Hey, y'all
Only,
know
only
what it
thing close to rainbow I got is that Audi bag over there.
is. Hey, and he about to show it too. Oh, I thought you about to get it. Yeah,
Oh
dang.
yeah, there it is. Let me have that bag right there. That Audi bag.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
That
It's
blue Audi bag.
Dreamwise in the building. Dreamwise, brother Yosef. Say what's up to the family, Yosef.
Yeah. Oh,
Peace and blessings, family.
yeah.
Peace and
Look,
blessings.
this is about as close to the rainbow I get right there.
And my bro guy, Roderick. Roderick in the building. Say what's up to the family, Roderick.
What's up, everyone? What's going on? Hope
I
everyone
know,
has
I know,
had.
I know what book that is just from looking at it from the corner. That's non-commodity right
Oh yeah. We doing a book club on that for our channel right now.
there. No, okay.
We got the
hmm
whole
And then
scriptures
and then
there.
this one
Ready.
is the false self divine spark. This is a good one too. But
Getting it
yeah,
in.
yeah, this book.
Here goes the other book, the book of New Love Life Dallas 88. Dallas 88. So y'all see that link that's pinned to the top. We're talking about the webinar. The webinar ends August 2nd. Why does it end August 2nd? Well, we want to be able to get the emails out to the people that are in the live event early enough so they won't lose it. And so, we won't be rushing towards the end when we're setting up for the in person. So, the webinar part of the new live event, new Love Life event, will be ending August 2nd. I think that's a Sunday. So, hey, get in quickly, swiftly before the deadline. Speaking of that, remember, this is an event where you can meet spiritual people. And y'all know how hard it is in this dating game. You can meet spiritual people. A lot of times when we're in these relationships or, out here hunting, fellas, um, we meet people from different sects, right? Different religions, different backgrounds. And, they just don't mix in with our particular ideology in our system. And they're strong and compassionate about it. I remember I dated an EFI goddess, and EFI is almost in the same boat as spirituality and things of that nature. But I had a few different views that kind of rubbed her wrong and made her, feel some type of way to exit stage left. I remember I dated a Muslim chick, and she loved me because my name was Kareem and my middle name was Akil. So her parents loved me, everything else. If it was man, I was in the dough like crazy. But I wasn't ready to pray 7 times a day. You
Right,
see what
right.
I'm saying? Roger, you ever dated anybody in a different sect or religious mindset?
Did you say sex?
Sect,
Like
SECT.
SEO? Oh, my mind, it still ain't be caught up yet. I need to let it hit. Boom. Um, if you talk about have I outside of my race?
No, just have you dated anybody in
No,
a
like a
different
different.
religion to you,
Oh yeah.
or like different spiritual system to you? Let me say it like that.
Oh. I don't know. I don't think I think when I was, you know, a curious Christian at the time, you if that's where you're going with this, yeah, I don't think so. I have a different warning today for myself, but as far as spiritual versus who or where they are or normie, what some people say, I wouldn't use that, but um, maybe I'm lost because maybe I'm still registering in the first part of that question. But yeah,
It'd be tough because like when you're dealing with somebody that's has a different God than you or
oh
different
yeah,
idea
okay,
of
yeah,
different idea of spirit than you, right? It can be tough to say, you know, no, I'm not going to this church today, right? Like, nah, I don't really want to go to this church. You feel me? Or no, we're not really hanging that up in this house, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times what happens is the clash happens in the, the afterlife deities or whatever. And essentially, that's a big thing with our event that we're having, this New Love Life event. I feel like everybody here might be in the same boat, on the same mission, in the same mindset as far as energy and spiritual gnosis. Like the book you just shared, Roderick, you know what I'm saying? It's basically speaking of spirituality and, decoding energies and giving us a deeper understanding of who we are divinely. A lot of times with religious people, with people in religion, they're binded to an idea and rules that we might not fit in with. And essentially, again, New Love Life Dallas 88, come meet the spiritual queen of your dreams. So that's all I was getting at, man. That's all I was getting at. I don't know too much about, what I'm saying, like if it's a thing or not. I know Joseph, in your situation, she kind of transitioned with you, correct?
Yeah, any girl I liked or dated before my wife, I was too young to even really understand. You know what I'm saying? I started dating my wife I was 20. I think I was just turning 21. You know what I'm saying? I was just figuring out life. You know what I'm saying? She was 19. You know what I'm saying? So, I count that as and at that time we was both raised in the same church at that time. You know what I mean? So, I never dealt with, and I've had friends, and I still do have friends who I love, still from the Christian faith. You know what I'm saying? I got friends it's Muslim. You know what I mean? My homeboys that I still love, and they come from different walks of life. So
and you got different family members too that's in that particular
family members that do different things. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see eye to eye with them, sometimes you don't. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the biggest things separating all of us. I wouldn't just say the black race. I would just say everybody is religions. You know what I'm saying? Even inside of Chinese families, some Chinese families may be Buddhism, some may be Christians, some may be Catholics. Everybody got their thing, and I think without a shadow of a doubt, it's been weaponized to keep us separate. Separation is always the key for a lot of people, for a lot of what the government wants.
Yeah, and sometimes it'd be a hard conversation to explain why you got this Buddha on your wall, or why you got this big ass shrine of Lakshmi in a room. You know what I'm saying? And an altar and crystals. And it kind of rubs people the wrong way because there's some people that think it's devilish or what I'm saying, not of this world.
And I think it gets harder as you get older. You get older, you're trying to date somebody. You're trying to date somebody and they hardcore Christians. And you like, look, I don't look at it that way. And sometimes people be set on their standards. Well, this is what I look at it at.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, you don't have to, a person don't gotta believe in what you believe in. Because you're not dating for the idea of let's both be spiritual. That would be great if it does. But I'm telling you, I know marriages that work today where one person's a Christian and one person practices spirituality. One person's a Muslim, one person practices spirituality. And because at the end of the day, what's going to draw us together has nothing to do with spirituality. What's going to draw us together is the fact that how you make me feel at the end of the night when I come home. Are you doing your duties as a wife? You know what I'm saying? Some stuff is common sense. Like if a woman doing her common sense stuff and a man doing his common sense stuff, providing, protecting, she nurturing, you come home to that every day, everybody's happy. We can talk about our religion and stuff later and hope that one of us pull one another. But at the end of the day, I know men who dump girls just because she wasn't spiritual. I'm like, well, did you see what kind of person she was first? You might have missed out on a good one.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think they could change too. That rain is coming down for real.
Oh man.
one of the biggest.
Look, where y'all at? Hell? Shit, what the hell was that?
I think it's that storm. It's that storm that's about to hit.
Yeah.
One of the biggest aspects of that do be, how would you say, the children, right? Like the impressions of the children. So like, you could have a Christian mom like I had, and then a Muslim dad like I also had. And now the kid is kind of confused on which direction to go, even though it worked out for me because I was able to observe both and understand both in a particular way that actually served me to become enlightened, right? A lot of times a father might not be with the Christian woman just based off of that rhetoric, you feel me, that programming. So I think that's a huge aspect of it as well.
And I blame the father for that. I blame fathers for now, especially if you're in a home and your wife is one religion, you're a different religion. I blame the father because the father's job is to give his family a structure. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many narratives there, that small things that people don't pay attention to, that kind of puts things where the man feels guilty and he kind of lets his wife do whatever she want to do because he cheated. You know what I'm saying? He cheated 2 years ago. So, he feels like I can't tell her nothing. She don't trust me and believe in me no more. So she won't even raise the child the way it needs to be raised. He may have a strong Muslim foundation that could raise this boy or this girl in the correct way. You know what I'm saying? We see how the Muslims are old. The women dress beautiful. They're beautiful. They carry themselves a certain way.
Yeah.
He raise his daughter that way. He can raise his son that way. But because he cheated on the mama and she don't trust him and they just living together for the sake of the kids, he kind of backs off and let because he don't want to fight at the end of the night. He don't want to argue. I see that happen 100 million times. You know what I'm saying? I knew a guy, a friend of mine, who his wife was Christian, daddy was a pastor, and then he was Muslim. And he had 3 daughters, and she would not let him raise his daughters the way he wanted, So, and that because of, and man be letting that stuff slide because they be feeling guilty. Oh, I did it wrong, so I don't want to hear her mouth, so I'm gonna let it go. Shame on you, brother. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because it's our job as men to give our children structure. If the woman don't want to do it, we got to give our family something to stand on. You know what I mean? A foundation is what I'm trying to say, to stand on. That's how I feel.
Yeah, Joseph, that fight is that conflict, that fight is, a challenging one, right? I'm just blessed to have a goddess that I grew with, and we grew into spirituality more and more together. To be able to raise our kids in the way we want to, and things of that nature. But I believe that, from some of the consultations that I had, and man, I just let her have it. 3 daughters though, Joseph, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Especially with the Muslim thing too. You know what I'm saying? They really gotta rock that at that age. You know what I mean? As a child too. My dad had nothing but Elijah Muhammad up, Malcolm X, all these kind of Muslim brothers up in the household, and my mama just had to accept it until he transitioned, of course. And then we back to the white Jesus.
Man, yeah, because and that's why I always come down to if men and women understood their roles in life, it won't be nothing. It won't be no say so. The woman would naturally give it to the father because the father's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He ain't just providing and working, but he also has a setup. Because what is a religion? What does it give you? What are you getting from a religion? The fact that you get to worship a God? No, you're getting principles and morals.
Yeah, okay.
At the end of the day, Muslim people have a certain level of morals and principles. The stuff Brother Yosef always preaching. Christianity has a certain level of moral principles. Buddhism, Catholicism, whatever. So now people know their role. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that people just living today with no morals or principles, they just hoping that it work out. That's where the conflict be coming in, right? Because everybody, whether I know a lot of women don't like this word. Everybody got a place, and it's too bad if they don't like it. It's the truth. Men have a place, and so do women have a place, and then children have their place. It worked for everybody that way, and that's how nature designed it. I didn't make it that way, right? I didn't make it that way. There's nothing wrong with having your wife as a partner in your business, and y'all can grow together. But even in a partnership in a business, there has to be a president. It can't be two presidents.
That's good, Joseph. I like
it
that's
has to be
real.
a president, vice president. And guess what? I'm not going to look down on you because I'm the president. No, because I know my role. The person who got the highest position got the most responsibility. Right? People think they want that position, but they don't really know what they're asking for when they ask for that position. That person got the most responsibility. So every time something goes wrong, it really goes to the head. Hey, the dishwasher broken. The car need fixing. Right? The baby acting up in school. You got to check the baby acting up in school. The car need fixing. The man got to take care of that. This got to take it. Oh, we low on money. Man got to get a second job. You right? Yeah. So the truth is, we got to take the load. And then that's where it comes to come and take the load at home. And if she wants to work, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? But there's roles. Women are nurturers. Y'all are the first teachers of the child without a shadow of doubt. Y'all teach the children from babies all the way up to about 12. When they 12, the father gives the child something that he's been building all his life. The father says, baby girl, baby boy, come with me. I'm going to show you the family business. And the mama been training the baby all this time. That's how the structure goes. Now, that's how it goes. The mom ain't worried about the family structure. The daddy been building. That's why it's important to have morals. And now, and if you there, I just seen this beautiful documentary. I brought it up before on Kuwait. I think it was called Qatar. And the way the families carry themselves, and they keep a documented history of the families, is just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel like it should be in America. But because nobody really takes what we do serious over here, that be the issue. So y'all know my stance. That's how I feel.
Well, we just got mind controlled into no culture and no ideas of ourselves, right? No real belief system, no real strong belief system. So then, there is no nothing we can stand on, right? As Black Americans, if you will. So yeah, that's why the goddesses do behave the way they behave, and then the guys also vice versa, just based off of the ignorance of not knowing thyself.
Let's really look at that on a deeper level too, because we know in the 1990s, I was born in 1980, so I've been around for a long time. I remember when hip hop used to not have nothing to say but positive messages. That's almost like the kids today don't know nothing about that. I remember when it was just storytelling and positive messages in the early 80s. You know what I'm saying? And the most negative thing that you do is you have a breakdancing contest. That was it. You know what I'm saying? You might get people that do a little graffiti, but that was considered art. Right? So with all that being said, in the 1990s, and it's so crazy, I saw MC Hammer talk about this. And y'all remember MC Hammer was the biggest hip hop artist around in the world. Right? But he said something real powerful one day on Arsenio Hall. He said, one day the record labels called me into the office in 1991. They said, your image is too clean. We got to dirty you up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's when he came out with all that, what's the song he had? Pumps in the butt. Pumps in the butt. We like the girls with, you know what I'm saying? He started trying to,
it was too legit to quit.
Yeah, he's and everybody's like, what is he doing? It didn't make sense no more. You know what I'm saying? So we know that there's a covert operation. We don't have to guess. We don't have to call ourselves conspiracy theorists. We know about the meeting that was taken in 1991 where they said we're going to start putting the gangster rap out there.
Right.
And the next thing you know, 1991, I remember the day. I'm coming straight out of Compton. I heard it as a little boy. I'm like, wow. They saying whatever they want to say. And you never heard that before. You see what I'm saying? The closest thing we had in New York was Rakim. In the South, y'all had, Ghetto Boys and stuff like that. But man, when NWA hit the scene, the whole game changed. Everybody wanted to be a gangster rapper from that point forward. And that was a plan. So with all that being said, we lost our principles and morals by young boys and young girls listening to gangster and home music.
Well, and then basically, and then
the you know what I'm saying? The girls, the rapper females are all home. They're all dressed like. Am I lying?
Yeah, the sexualization.
Men talking nice. We don't say we want to say, right? And I got a daughter, so I ain't let my daughter listen to this music. Certain music, and don't get me wrong, it's catchy, right? But at the same time, we know what it's doing psychologically.
It's a mantra.
It's a mantra. So with all the family structure and stuff we're talking about, there has been covert operations to force us to not have morals and principles, put us in survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
We in survival mode. We got no more morals and principles. We gonna just, man. When I get a relationship with a chick, a girl, I hope that it work out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I could hopefully we could do some stuff in the bedroom. I could do that right, and hopefully she likes me. Besides that, I don't know what to do.
Right.
I hope it works. And a woman thinking the same thing. Well, I like him. He's handsome. I hope it works out.
Nah, that's gonna lead to conflict and some real hard conversations after a while, because especially if you're in this spiritual walk, like a lot of us are, and the people in the chat room is, you're gonna have to have that hard conversation if you see a particular energy that your goddess is giving to your children, right? Like, you're not gonna let your wife tell your son, like, hey, yeah, no, it's okay, come to this dollhouse thing with us. You see what I'm saying? And stuff of that nature. You, whoa, hold on now. Right? And they're promoting this kind of what's the new stuff they're promoting? This, let them make the choice, or whatever that kind of energy is. So them hard conversations are going to have to be had, because again, we've been hardwired into an ideology that's not ours. Roderick, let's get you in here.
I'm here, baby.
I know you had them hard conversations, baby.
Look, I'm in here and I'm just sexy graping it, y'all.
How was
feeding myself?
How did you approach hard conversations, Roderick, back in your 2 marriages? How did you approach them?
That's a good question. Both of them was different. The second marriage was a little more delicate because she, or at that time, she was operating under this. I don't know. You know a little more, and because I was living things twice with her, things I knew was going to happen, and she wasn't really allowing the wisdom to kick in, and how she will at that time react to certain things. So you approach it not trying to tell somebody what to do,
mm-hmm.
and you begin to really just kind of step back. So if it was a conversation I was having in that marriage, I would say it was just a little difficult on both sides of the fence for me, and maybe I'm just skating around it because then I'm thinking about it. It was already a communication barrier we had a little slight age difference anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it wasn't a cultural difference. It was just, there was things that I could see coming because I'd have already experienced it. And there was things that I started realizing she has to learn those experiences, and she wanted them. And it was a detriment because, as a man with wisdom, you already know the outcome. And so those conversations was a little difficult to guide. So, but that came with the rebellion of it because, I can look back now when I met her, she was, she had some young kids and they were young, and, I'm coming in with structure, as an adult male, older, man. And when those kids got older, around 12, 13, she started rebelling because I didn't realize all the time when they was little, she had them young, then little, she really didn't get out. So I'm thinking I'm meeting a woman that is through with the clubs, through with all of this. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't that. Those kids made that gap happen because she was that way before.
Right.
And then when they got old enough to leave him at home, whether I wanted to go or not, now the kids are just old enough to be at home, she's, was doing more things and all those things. And so that was the communication barrier, I would think, is me being a little more laid back and understanding. But I also can look at it from perspective of, that was just who she was in her programming, and I could have made a different decision, long after that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there is a way you do have to approach it, especially if it's something that you see them not doing necessarily, and trying to figure out ways to, maybe even motivate them to get that done. How would you approach hard conversations, Joseph? What would you say?
a hard conversation I'm having with like the wife or something?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna just tell all men this right now. It's best to be honest.
The chief. The chief.
I'm just saying it's best to be honest, lady. You know what I'm saying? Well, ladies want honesty anyway, right? So it's best to be honest with your lady. My wife know I'm gonna tell her how I feel, regardless of how she feels about it, because I'm not here to disrespect you. She knows that.
Right.
I'm a man. I that's the way God made me. I'm not gonna make my voice squeaky. I'm not gonna quiet my voice. That's the way God made me. I'm here to protect you and guide you. Now, if I offend you and you tell me I said something to hurt you, I'm gonna apologize. I'm not trying to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? But if it's something I have to say, just like if a woman got something to say to her husband, she's gonna say it. You know, and vice versa, because you can't be afraid to say what you gotta say with respect to your wife. You know what I'm saying? And women have to be more understanding sometimes to understand, hey, he's not trying to hurt me. I may not like what he's saying. That's going to happen, but he's not trying to hurt me. You see what I'm saying? That has to be understood. And sometimes that could take years for a woman to understand that. It took years for my wife to understand that. He's not trying to hurt me, but he's telling me something I may not want to hear.
Right.
You know, so as I got older, I said, I'm not going to be married for 20 years walking on eggshells. I just ain't built that. You know what I'm saying? So when the hard conversations come, me and my wife, we sit down and we talk about it. You know, now when I was young, we couldn't talk about it because we argue all the time. You know what I'm saying? But we was in our 20s. What did we know? We was learning how to live, how to be married, how to be together. So now that we're in our, I'm 45. She don't want me to tell you. She's years younger than me. I know she'll get mad if I said her age on here. Women don't like people to know their age, but still, the age we are now, we're more mature. We talk things through, and you know.
So how long y'all been? How long y'all been together?
Since 2003.
So that would be what, 20-something years?
20-something years, but we've been married for 19 years. You know what I'm saying? So
did you get permission from her father to marry?
No. Father wasn't really around like that. You know what I'm saying? He was in and out, but her grandfather was there. That was her father.
So that makes her 41.
Huh? Somewhere around there. I ain't saying it.
I ain't saying nothing.
You're a couple years younger than me, but you know, we're very more mature now. And she she knows we have a better understanding when we do communicate now. So,
and we're all.
I was just doing the math. Y'all were married 20-something years. You married her, didn't get the permission, so that means she was older. She was past 18, 19, 20, and then all of a sudden,
her grandfather did give me the permission.
No, but the thing is, the beautiful thing is we're building, right? Y'all are building these communities, right? Like Yosef got his tribe, Roderick, you got a community that you're building. And you know, a big thing is for the goddess to assist in that particular manner, especially in the
no,
you're saying no way, y'all. All right,
I learned my lesson.
Would you rather
my lesson twofold? No.
So you would rather build it on your own than have somebody join you and build it?
I was probably the white picket fence, me and her running side by side at the stoplight in the car, and I can't see, and I look over and say, baby, can I turn? And she said, yeah. And we turn it together. Now I'm driving my car, but I learned this. I'm saying this from experience of it's a lot of pressure, and it's going to be a self-esteem thing of the position that you put that person in.
There's a lot of pressure when you're building together.
Think of a church. Think of First Lady. You know that is real. That works because that position is defined. If she becomes a First Lady, all her life she's heard what that means and what that does. You know, because the whole world defines it. First Lady this, First Lady that. But when she becomes that tribal chief's wife or community leader's wife, or there's no definition in there. That's more or less, and depending on the personality, do they want to be up front? Do they not? I run a podcast. I do this. And sometimes now I feel some people think that just because being with me is going to do that. Now, I put that out there in the beginning. I will say, okay, you want this person to build with you. You want this person to be by your side. You want all of this and pretty much. But now in the experience of what happens even for me if I decide to date anyone that comes through my organization. I sit at the top of this pyramid. And if it doesn't work out with me, they lose a community. And so, because they may just leave because they don't. So now it's like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. I may like somebody, I could be into somebody now. I need to stay away from that, just so I rather now date outside.
So you want them to enjoy the finished product, the finished project, and just be your wife that's secluded from what you got going on, essentially.
I'm going back to Africa and I'm going to get citizenship so I can have 12 wives. Plain and simple. I want to be able to go down.
Can I say something on that?
Yeah,
I want to be. Huh? You said what?
Go ahead, yo. So get it in.
I want to be able to go down to tent number 2.
No. I'm gonna let him finish. I'll let him finish.
Okay. Your thing is kind of lagging a little bit, Yosef, but you good.
Can everybody hear me? Or am I breaking up?
No, you're good. It's just lagging
a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, it's just lagging.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Roger. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say something on that. Because I definitely I decide to do my thing. So me personally, my wife comes to some tribal stuff, but she's even been in speaking with my tribal people with me before, giving marital advice. If we're gonna give to anybody, we're gonna give it to my tribal group. But besides that, I don't let my wife get involved in a lot of stuff I'm doing spiritually. Even as far as a tribal chief wife, even though she is, if something ever happened to Brother Yosef or Chief Nawadi, I don't want that pressure on her to take care of everything. You see what I'm saying? So I might pass it on to somebody else. And that's just how we roll. So my wife, if she's gonna work with me from a business perspective, we're gonna do stuff for the house, for the family. And that's kind of what she does. She'll take care of investments for the family, work on stuff for the family on the side. But as far as my spiritual stuff and my tribal stuff, I kind of do that on my own. See what I'm saying? So all I need her to do is just be a wife and make sure the family good, and I'm gonna make sure this family good over here. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of how I work.
No, that's fly. And in my particular case, we started this YouTube thing kind of simultaneously together, and we grew into, individual YouTube pages, of course, and we didn't know where it was going to take us. We were just sharing our story. And essentially, it took us into the freedom land, I guess. Now D-Ray, she has her volleyball team, and we're putting a lot of investment in that. I'm the cameraman. I'm this person, the collecting balls. I'm there. I'm, putting all things together. And it's just a beautiful thing to, help and assist in that way of her vision growing, and then also in my vision growing, because D-Ray, she does the Patreon. She'll do the energy of the weeks and the readings and things of that nature. So, right now we're seeing it work out in a particular way. Yes, we do have beefs or fights about things, right? Just based off of our relationship is online and on these social media streets. But essentially, we've been working through it for the past 10 years or 8 years since we've been on YouTube. And every time we work through it, I think it brought us to another level of aha moments. Like, oh, okay. Oh, you don't like that? Oh, okay. I see. Oh, you don't like when I say this? Oh, okay. I get it. And then we kind of build off of each other and know how to kind of communicate in these particular streets. So yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing. Either way, what I'm saying, it can work. I just feel like that God is by your side can help you with some of the back end work. You feel me, Roger? Because there's some back end work that you do not want to do.
But she has to be like, I mean, again, you would think naturally, you would turn and look, and she's standing there, and she'll come in and organize and do all those things. I mean, that would be my natural thing. But there's a lot of other elements, whether it's her ambition and what she wants and what she sees, whether she thinks she wants the Cosby life. You know, I'm a doctor, you're a nurse, or a lawyer, or whatever. Or, you know, there was a time that you would think that you or me, I'm speaking for me personally, meet someone within that community, our community, but at least they're there, our interests align, and all those things. But the hardest part is building into that and giving someone temporary access into a scenario. So, and Brother Yosef and I have had many conversations about that. You know, me talking with him and like, hey, you know, be careful with sharing everything what's going on in that organization to somebody that is not your wife.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to build something to that. And that goes all the way back down now. I mean, I can't wait for us to hit that comment. I'm on Facebook's dating app, and I ain't never been on a dating app in eons. And I got on that other week, and I use it to,
So Facebook got a dating app? I didn't know that.
I didn't know either. And then I hear other people say it's been around for years. And so I got on this thing, and I learned so much so fast in the last 2 weeks that it's disgusting. You know, the mentality that people want and what they want, and it's sitting right there in the profile. We'll get to that if y'all ever want to talk about that in a minute.
Well,
but
yeah, let's talk about it, right? Because I'm curious. What are you seeing? What are these goddesses showing you in the streets?
One of the things that I see, and we're talking about what I'm learning here, and me and Brother Yosef talk about, it's a difference between your identity and who you are, you know, and what you are working, you know. So you'll see women put in their profiles, I'm educated, I'm this, I got, you know, and it's like, I'm not trying to date that. You get what I'm saying? And that doesn't matter. But they stand on that part. And then on the dating app, and if you could, and I'll probably now I scroll through profiles so fast and read them because I laugh. It's like a testament of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I probably out of thousands, a few hundred maybe, just running through, you don't see any, and I'm just talking from what I've scrolled across of, and the age profile from that number to that number. And you don't see any of them saying, hey, I want to get to know a man. It's all of them. You got to get to know me. You got to know how to date me. What the freaking is that? What do you mean know how to date you? Oh, if you're going to be my husband, you got to treat me like a wife. I ain't married you yet. Why do I need to do that? Why I got to whip out all my husband tools?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Where is this? But yet I got to show you everything, and I don't get nothing from you. And I got to buy that cow. And why buy the cow when you get them? Everybody else getting the milk free anyway. So it's like, you know, and it's astonishing enough to do that, which really is not a place for any of us. Dating, like I said, dating apps is not designed for you to find someone, because if they did, they'll go out of business. And number two, because it's a swipe, a profile, and if you're a good writer and a good persuasive writer, you can write some good stuff. And then I'm noticing women dress like they spirit. I can tell about them the way they dress. It's no different than we all go out the street and get hit in the head with a little rock and run into the hospital. We know who the patient is, the doctor is, the nurse, and everybody, the way they dress, right? Now, a man can see way, you know, they all trying to show you the ass, and they're like, I didn't ask for that. And then it's every pose is the backside of the pose, and like, damn, turn around and you got 2 arms, 2 legs, or it's like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you read the profile. I'm supposed to come at that, you know. And so now I just kind of look at it, and again, that ain't the whole world for all of us, and that ain't where everybody should be anyway. Hopefully you meet somebody organically, like in August the 8th. You know, yeah, I would love to meet someone at one of our ventures or what we're doing. But I think at the end of the day now, it's just been, I don't know if you can move that up a little bit, because on our screen, I don't see the websites. I just see our 3 pictures at the bottom, but you can move us up if you want. You can.
Okay. You know,
yeah, you can rearrange all 3 of us.
On the side, something.
Yeah, on the side, and then
okay, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, because right now you can't see the website unless you're gonna go ahead and do it like
newlovelife.org, newlovelife.org. And this is the time, family. This is the time for y'all to get y'all webinar tickets, because essentially We're closing down the webinar August 2nd. That's right. August 2nd is the last day you can get the webinar ticket. So you want to get in now before the getting gets good. Like, we will be bringing the tools, the work, the spiritual work, and the deeper understanding of how to become the more attractive version of yourself. A lot of times what's happening is you're not getting chose because you're not attractive enough, right? And we're not talking about physically, we're talking about spiritually.
And speaking of the word attractive,
Mm-hmm.
let me throw that out here real quick, just as a quick sidebar. I've noticed there's a couple of different profiles on here. Some that are weird, they just got this eccentric, they're eclectic or whatever they are. But that's got to be the most beautiful freaking women on these dating apps. I'm like, what is going on? I mean, all of them damn near 90% are just drop dead gorgeous, but they're not with nobody.
That's that AI, or they are.
These are people. These are people, but you can read the profile and some of them and know why they're not.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering if beauty really has a problem at the end of the day.
Well, a lot of times.
What did I say years ago?
And Brother Joseph, go ahead. Throw that in.
Yeah, I know he got it.
I said it before. I said beauty's a gift and a curse.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gift and a curse. And I go for being handsome too. If you're an attractive person, it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift because you're going to get attention. But if you don't know how to gauge that attention and filter through it correctly, it can mess you up in the future. Because if you've been a cute girl since you was 16 years old, you probably lost your virginity at 16. Mm-hmm. And then it kept going on for there because you're pretty. All the guys want you. So by the time you're 25, you done been with probably 20 guys, 30 guys. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Now, some women say, well, that don't matter. Well, when women try to disrespect each other, what do they tell each other? You've been with everybody know you were HO and you this and that. And if it don't matter, women use that to this day to disrespect each other. Right? So then if you're a handsome young man, you probably don't know how to be in a successful relationship because you done been with a bunch of women who y'all were just together for sex. And you don't know how to lock it in with nobody, with no woman. Mm-hmm. Because you just been in and out. Now you 30 and you don't know how to be a husband. Because you done been with 100 women. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got all this experience, but you don't know how to love.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that be the problem with a lot of men. I'm telling y'all, I know. I talk to people. Mm-hmm. I know y'all. Dude could be with 95 women and don't know how to really love a woman. Well, he know how to sex them. Mm-hmm. Good. But he don't know how to be committed. And that be but with that being said, what is beauty? Beauty always comes from the inside. Now let's look at this real quick. Mm-hmm. Ladies are always going to be attracted. Anybody can say this ain't the truth. Women will forever be attracted to a man that's on his business. He making money. He keep himself upright, and he know how to provide. She feels safe with him, not just from a muscular or he's in shape level, but because psychologically she could sit down and have a conversation with him, and he could financially take care of her. Mm-hmm. Every woman wants a man like that. It's going to give her a sense of security, and every man wants a woman that's going to listen to what he say, make him feel like a man and support his dreams. What he working on, he need a woman that's going to say, "Baby, you could do it every day." He working on how, "Baby, I believe in you. You gonna make us rich one day." But man, you gonna put a battery in this man back. If every man heard that, all the men in the world be rich. You know what I'm saying? So that's all he need, right? So if a man's walking into a building, let's say he go to a party, a neighborhood party, there's women over there. The song come on, "Girl, you look good once you back that thing up. You a big fine woman once you back," and you see all the girls over there twerking. You know what I'm saying? Cool. I ain't got nothing against that, especially if you married. If that's what y'all do, nothing wrong with that, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're on the open doing that, cool. And this is a man, by the way, he's looking for a wife. Then he looks over at the table. He see a woman over there. She dressed simple. She preparing the food. She checking on the babies. If he's looking for a wife, she's attractive.
Yeah.
She's attractive. She ain't over there twerking with the rest of the girls. She's over here taking care of the food. She's in her middle of her nurturing. as a man, he can be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? And I like her because she's attractive, not just visibly, but she's on her duty as a woman. Don't get me wrong, that's attractive too. But that's a better attraction. You see what I'm saying? That's a distraction and that's attraction. That's what it is. Distraction and attraction. So vice versa, ladies, you walk into a place, you see a man, he's on his business, he's taking care of stuff. Women gonna be attracted to that. So that's just the truth, y'all. So that's what attraction is really about. The roles that a man playing, he know who he is. He's confident in who he is.
Absolutely.
He can take care of you. And vice versa for the woman, he's nurturing. What you think, Brother Roger?
I'm with you 100%, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, I got humor. We talk about it, and
right.
So every time I see the profiles now, she is one. I have one that reached out and literally, I said, "Girl," I told her, I said, "God kissed you," but I tell you what, I do not want the headache at all. I probably wouldn't get no work done. Now, don't get me wrong. Reading into what she was saying and how she wanted this world, I can tell she was to a point where she was tired of going through that other crap. So, you know, we still kind of, you know, text a little bit back and forth. I just left it at that. But it was just not a time for me to be dealing with that. But I will say this, though, and back to what Brother Yosef was saying, too. So now I play a little game. Every time I see the profiles that, oh, they show the gym pictures, he better work out, too. I'll send my big ass picture. Boom.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying? I'm, you know, just the, I'm coming at this, you know. And it's funny because it's so many fictitious things that they put out there. Now, don't get me wrong. You have every right to want someone you're attracted to. I think we all know this, right? Me, myself, anything. I'm not saying that. But I do know that there are things that people are hanging themselves on, and they are making it as though that's their identity. You know, I'm this, I'm that, he needs to be this. And that goes back to what you said in the beginning. I'm Christian and I'm spiritual, and, you know, and you're missing out on something, you know, because if you really think about me, I'm just using for example, I think the most blessed person that will come in my life will be somebody who is structured, from good food, eating habit, cooking habit. They can transform me as much as I can transform them.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't see that within themselves, and I get it, you want to come as you are too. So why would I want to pick you? And mentally, you ain't even where I'm at. Mm-hmm. But that don't mean I can't teach you and lead you, and we grow together and having a good, harmonious relationship. Mm-hmm. But it's like somehow there's just something, you know, and maybe we all need to go to that movie. I think what's the name played in where everybody was blind. It was a great movie, and they was fighting warriors and stuff. But yeah,
so besides the dating app and besides the New Love Life event 8/8 meeting, we are still having an in-person meeting also here where you can meet spiritual people or people that's on their journey that has a like-minded or open-minded vision as well. Where else would y'all say is a great place to meet women?
Prison pen pal letter. She ain't going nowhere. You know where she is.
I love that question. People ask me that all the time. But before I say that, I want to say I remember Roger text me this Instagram post one time. I think it was like a week ago, and it was very powerful. And it said something about, if I'm wrong, Roger, correct me. But it said something about when you marry a woman, marry her heart. Don't marry her outward appearance. Something like that.
Marry her soul. You want to marry her soul. Marry
her soul, because her soul ain't never gonna get ugly.
Yeah.
If she's a beautiful soul,
he said over time that beauty is gonna change. Yeah.
And that's a fact. So that lets y'all know, listen, everybody should be attracted to a person, right? But it's not always about 100% attraction. Some people got dimes on their arm, but he can't stand her behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Can't
stand her, you know? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying what a dime is, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
Some people think what they say, one man trash is another man treasure. It's some women that got babies with a man and he threw her away, he didn't want her no more, and another man saw her beauty and married her, right? So beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But with that being said, when you date, whatever you think is beautiful, it ain't got to be a 10 or 11 all the time. Sometimes that's a trap. It has to be that person, who they are on the inside, because that 10 or 11 ain't gonna look like that when they in their 60s. Mm-hmm. And it's just a fact, right? So how can you look at this person in their 60s and see them walking around the house? Everything is wrinkled and sagging now. Y'all in y'all 60. So what is it about this person now that's gonna make you still love them and want to be with them after y'all both wrinkled? You know what I'm saying? Y'all both got everything sagging. What's gonna make you love this person? It's still gonna be their soul, who they really are on the inside. You see what I'm saying? Who they are on the inside. Now, to go back to the other thing, what's that question you just asked, Dream?
What's a good place to meet women? And vice versa.
Spiritual people ask me this all the time, especially the young men. Brother, I don't know where to meet no spiritual women at, or women that's like halfway conscious. I said, well, people who has a more broader consciousness or mind perspective, they look at life differently. So where are you going to find these people at? Go to the art gallery. You might find your bad sister there, brother.
Man,
you might just walk through the art gallery looking at pictures, but you're really hunting for a lady. You know what I'm saying? You hunting for something nice, and you might find one. Right?
There was a spot in the H. There was a spot in the H. It was a club type of thing, but it was music. It was like a speakeasy type of thing. It had I think it was called The Spot. I used to go there a lot, and it was higher class people, you know what I'm saying? They could have been Christian, they could have been Muslim, whatever, but they were like business people, CEOs, and they just had an open mind. They would smoke, drink, and they have a perspective on things where you could talk instead of like that club ratchet stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. You know, you ever be with a person, be dating and say this person boring? What if you came home every day and you come home, your girl got paint all over her? She been painting all day. You know what I'm saying? Or your boyfriend got paint all over. He been painting beautiful arts. And you come home, you're like, oh my God, look at this beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is like, this person is interesting at that point. So if you want to meet interesting people that's open-minded, they're going to be doing open-minded things. Go to the art gallery. You know what I'm saying? And meet you somebody. Somebody said, art gallery? Yes, the art gallery. I'm trying to give you some game right now. Go to the art gallery and look at a person who got more to talk about than just what's on the Housewives. He got more to talk about than just a basketball game. He's a painter. He might have traveled around the world and then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can see the beauty in painting. Another place is go to a good poetry spot. A poetry reading, open-minded people come to poetry readings. You get to look at a person poetry and just feel their soul as they speak their poetry. I ain't gonna tell you you're gonna find the best people there, but you definitely gonna find open-minded people there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can go to places like this, y'all. Go to the library. How about that?
I met a girl at the bookstore. She was trying to see my.
I'm gonna go downtown to the library today.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go downtown to the library today. Nobody thinks that, but you go downtown to the library, be grown people down there reading books. You might find an open-minded person down there. So those are 3 places you can look for more people with an open mind and not closed mind. That's going to probably give you issues. So, you know.
No, and
I said a grocery store, like he was saying, because all you got to do is look. If they're not wearing the ring, look in the basket. You don't know how many kids they got, how much they're shopping for, how tall it is, how not, what's in it, what's not, diapers in it or whatever, you know, draws. You know, you're going to know. You're going to, know the whole thing. But I think that, like you were saying, you know, we would think you're going to meet a woman at the art gallery, you know, and now I don't know if you want to go to the Grand Museum where she's sitting there looking at a Monet, you know, and be like, hey, you know, this is for me. But the whole point would be, I would honestly say, you know, you would just hope to meet someone just while you were out and about, right? It could be one of the most unexpected things because now deliberately, you know, we're doing poetry night here and we're going all in. We get sponsors now. God, it's incredible, different stuff. But I think that's a beautiful thing, sitting up there and watching someone express themselves through words, you know. And so I'm looking so forward to looking up there and just hearing her or who, you know, her just sitting there, yeah, you know, just doing her thing, you know. And then because usually that interview will come out in a place like that, you know.
Another place that we didn't mention, and that's a good point, Roger. Very good point. Another place we didn't mention is your local buy black market. Like at the shrine, all them people are semi-conscious, right? You know what I'm saying? And they're in a particular state. What you think about that place, Joseph? You don't think that's a good place? Don't tell me
Hey
you're
man, I'm just saying. Hey,
the
shout out to the
shrine.
Shrine. I do lectures there. Shout out
Yeah,
to the Shrine, man.
the
And I'm gonna
shrine.
tell you, everybody who looks spiritual ain't spiritual. You know
No,
what
I know, I get that, but I mean, like, if you're trying to at least put yourself in,
But yeah, I see what you're saying. You can find, get lucky.
yeah.
I've heard some horror stories about,
For real,
people who
Shrine.
dated other people at not. I ain't gonna just say the Shrine, black markets, period.
Okay.
Went to black markets and started dating, and then they wasn't what they thought. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the sister had on 10 head wraps and 30 crystals, and they thought, oh, she gotta be spiritual.
Oh, you gotta stay away from
a horror story.
That's the costume, though. You gotta stay away from them. Them people that just wear nothing but the costume, the regale. If they wearing too much stuff, you gotta know, like, nah, something fishy about you. You gotta be a little bit more, sophisticated in your approach to this thing. Yeah, I mean, just putting yourself in position for the miracle to happen is a big thing, family. So we got to understand that you cannot sit on the couch and say, man, I hope she just comes to me, or man, I hope she comes online. No, you know where she's going to be at? This new Love Life event on August 8th in the Lions Gate, where we're actually going to do a full-blown meditation to put people in the vibration and the frequency of the Lions Gate, so you can open up a new portal to the new attractive self you are. So y'all know what it is. Pull up, and show out. You got to go out, though. You have to. There's no other way around it. I mean, a lot of times what I notice is spiritual people, they don't have no motion. Right, they just sit in the house. We talked about that, so like people just is not getting out, like, and these things that happens even at the shrine with the events, the yoga classes, like Roger saying he's having a poetry night. What did y'all to do that poetry night, Roger?
We're doing it every 2 weeks here, starting August the 23rd.
Yeah, that's fly. Hey, my birthday, I say.
Yeah, we'll be doing it. Yeah, every 2 weeks. We got tequila sponsors, and then we got tequila. I heard it's really good. We getting a whole lot of different things there, but yeah, it's pretty interesting to do. And see, and let me throw some out here that I wouldn't do, but I'm going to do it. There may be people who watching our show that is single. You woman, I'm saying to you, you see me, but I don't see you. I can't reach out to you. You get what I'm saying? But that same woman could be wanting to be dated and wanted to be stopped and everything else. But so would you accept a woman reaching out to you? And I'll say you fellas, if y'all were in this again, when you know where you at now as the chief and you're leading this, it's a lot easier now for her to let you know she's interested in you, so that you're not going the other way, chasing and doing all this stuff. Because now we're at a time and like, wait a minute, hold on. It'd be a lot easier if we can match some energy here. Yeah. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I think the dating market is a lot harder today, even though we have more access to people. I think people there's more people in survival mode.
Right.
And what I mean by survival mode don't just mean financial, just mentally, it's just a lot. And I know, because I talked to tons of people, y'all. I'm saying it from experience, like it's people and stuff. So at this point, a lot of men have given up. They kind of don't want to get married. And then a lot of women don't want to get, I ain't gonna say they don't want to get married, but some women are even down with the, polygamy thing now. I wasn't gonna say it, but I'll be honest, like I get calls at least twice a year. Brother Joseph, do you need another wife? You know what I'm saying? Do you want another wife? I'm like, no, I'm good, sister. Well, I do this. She be selling.
But isn't it good? Isn't it good to have a Batman line? Have a Batman line like that, ring red. You'd be like, oh, they looking for another one. Yeah.
Because a sister may like what you're doing. She may like what you're building, and I'm not offended by it at all. I understand it, but that's not how I roll. So, but that's how.
All right. So what would you do after you done hung up the phone, and then you look back? You just feel this heat and this shadow. And you look back, and your wife is like, call her back. Call back because I don't want to be dealing with you by myself.
Anytime a sister start talking like that, I put it on speakerphone, let my wife hear it. We be like, she thinks it's funny. You know what I'm saying? She thinks it's funny. But she know that's not what we doing over here. You know what I'm saying? And Brother Joseph, I'm a one-woman man. I can't do 3, 4, 5, 6 wives. I can't do it. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's what happens. And so we get to the point today in the date market where some sisters are down with the polygamy thing now. If they see a brother got stuff together. And then some men are just like, I'll give up. I ain't gonna get married. You know what I'm saying? So I would say today the market is a lot harder for people. You know what I'm saying? A lot harder. And it's another funny thing is I've been putting up videos of this guy, and I know some of y'all, well, it don't matter, but this guy that I believe is a real werewolf and vampire. He calls himself a hybrid, right?
I can't wait till you have him, Joseph. I feel it. I know that day is coming.
And I believe that this man is 100% real, right? But of course, because of people's mindset, he put up pictures, AI, this and that. These be spiritual people. They don't believe nothing. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he put up some of the women in his pack. And he said these ladies are 400, 500 years old, right? If they are, and they all got the same color eyes. It's golden brown eyes. And he said, these my bloodline. He said, show them respect, blah, blah, blah. I said, brothers, listen. If you walk into a place and a sister like that approach you, you're done, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You're done. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't just got to protect yourself from sisters that may have an issue or brothers that may have an issue. There's wolves and vampires out here that's on the hunt. You know what I'm saying? You got to today in this world today, you got to protect yourself from vampires and werewolves that you may go missing after the date. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a wild world out here. I'll say the last thing. Because this part ain't funny, but it's crazy. Last year, they had over, I think, 30 bodies found in the Houston Bayou, right? Beautiful women, right? Just went missing. And guess what? A lot of them was going on dates. So today is dangerous to even go on a date. As a man, man were missing too. Men and women went missing. So you got to be careful who you date today. You might even not be dating a human being. So I would definitely say today is a lot harder to date somebody. So I pray for everybody out there that's single. Take your time and be smart about who you choose because you don't know who you dating.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, Joseph. Another aspect of that is like the comparison syndrome thing. You know, I think with the social media and the internet just taking over our lives like this, the comparison syndrome has set us back. You feel me? And what they say, comparison is one of the thieves of being in the present moment and just being your true authentic self. So I think because we keep on seeing over and over and over again, oh man, I could get, sure. You think you have so many different choices, but nigga, you really got your proximity, your square, where you're at, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas. That's it. That's a tiny square right there. Now you can have long distance relationships and things of that nature by meeting somebody online. But you know what I'm saying? When you're in that person's presence is a big deal and a key to all of this thing. So yeah, it is harder to meet somebody that looks like you, that mirrors your energy, right? But it's not going to be hard at this event. The New Love Life Dallas event, 8/8. Pull up, family. Pull up. It's going down. Meet people. Get you a little bit of tequila in your system, some wine.
No, I don't know. What is it that right now? We didn't say that.
Have a good time, baby.
Remember BYOB.
There you go. Yeah, hey, it's coming.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there though. Listen, ladies, bite me. If you're a vampire, come bite me, because I'm bite me.
You want to live forever on earth, huh?
I'm moist and meaty. Bite me. So.
You want to live forever. You ain't playing, huh?
Hey, come bite me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got my tools, but bite me.
Man, I hope it works.
Well, you know what? Hey,
you get the biting. You know what I mean?
Is that a red flag or a green flag? Yeah, dang.
Show me your fangs, baby. Show me your fangs, baby.
Nah, I mean, you know, one of the aspects of even just that, like living forever, I think when you are mating with somebody, right, and you're able to have a child that is the living forever.
Mm.
So essentially, you are living forever when you do have this thing we call love, make love, and then bring a child into this earth realm,
Mm.
and are able to have your seed grow on and move into that particular space. Roger, how do you feel about that? Um, do you still feel it's like your duty to have a child?
I mean, you mean like if she has one or she wants one together?
Yeah, if you want, like if you wanted to bring another being on this earth.
For a while, I was totally against it
Mm,
until I started, really going down the journey of search of who I am, and this is my last time here, and all of this stuff, and start looking at the heirs of, that
mhm.
my daughter's not having kids, and one can't, and then at the same time too, I've met a few women that still wanted to have some children, but our age was kind of similar, and I wasn't trying to down that scenario, but that is a little gray area. So if I was to do it, and I'm still capable, by the way, y'all, I make pretty babies.
You still got, yeah.
I make pretty babies. Yeah, I mean, I got a track record. Go look. My daughters are gorgeous. Okay, I make pretty babies, and so to answer the question, somebody talking about bite me too. Yeah, I'm with you. Look, let's having a bite. Come on, y'all, bring them teeth. But the whole point is, yeah, I will probably would if I felt in sense that this is going to be something stable, that and because that's the cautionary tale now, is that at a certain age, you want the kid to be raised with parent or parent something, I'm just, you know, but I'm not sitting here saying that this woman and I are same age. And if y'all didn't know, I'm 25 times 2 plus 3 plus 3. And so being that age, I don't think I need to be breeding a woman that age too. And we're trying to bring in a new child, in this scenario. But now I'm not deliberately saying, hey, what's that song? Have my baby. I want you to have my baby, whatever that was. But so
Well,
it'll be a case. It'll be a case by case, like I
right.
said.
Y'all both are girl dads. I was lucky to have two, two girls, two boys. So Joseph, you
Yeah.
wouldn't
Now I
want
would
that.
love. Yeah, I would love to have a
That-
son if
That's
I
what
can just, yeah.
right. You wouldn't be up for it if, like, you knew you went into the astral realms and you knew I'm gonna bring down the sun. A
I mean,
little,
now don't get me wrong.
know,
You pop the thing and it turned pink.
Joseph.
I'm not gonna be upset. It's a blessing
Right.
either way.
Man, I would love to see both of y'all with sons, but you, Joseph, that would be a trip,
You
boy.
know, I tell my daughter all the time, she lucky she a girl, because if she was a boy, I'd be a lot rougher on her. You know what I'm saying? A lot rougher on her. But I always wanted a girl because I knew that's the balance I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it definitely was a balance. Now it'll change. Whew, boy, look at
and like they say, you raise a woman, you raise a man, you raise an individual. You raise a woman, you raise a nation. You know what I'm saying? Because most children stay with their mama no matter what. So the mother's always going to impart what she knows on her children. So I knew that if I had any factual chance of passing something down, it would be to my daughter. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I wanted a daughter. And plus, I always wanted a daughter. I don't know why. I always wanted a daughter. If I ever had a son, it is what it is,
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is. But
Grandsons.
I would love a little grandson. I believe that's how it's gonna happen. I'm probably gonna have a grandson. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool too. I'm grateful for that. You know what I mean? I want to ask y'all this question. Yeah. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, brother.
So Dream, I mean, y'all got 4 kids. I mean, were y'all sitting there like one day in the kitchen, like having grapes and like, let's go make another baby? I mean, because the first one and two is like, but 3 and 4 is deliberate as fuck, right?
Yeah, 3 and 4 was definitely deliberate. 1 and 2 wasn't. That's the funny thing. So it was kind of like, okay, well, let's do this, right? And essentially, one of the aspects is, we did want to have like a big family, right? Family is a important thing to us, and we did want to move into a space of, we're just building stuff, right? Like we got land in Crockett, and we got different things that we want to be able to pass down. So I guess that was a part of it. You know, we both were athletes, so we did want to see little mini me's out there on the court and on the volleyball court and basketball court. You know, it just was at certain times you just feel the urge, I guess, the urge to bring something down, bring a child down, and we made it happen in that particular way. And it's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying, for beautiful, healthy children. And all we could do is kind of teach them and let them grow into the spiritual development. Like this morning, all 4 of them was meditating on the couch, sitting there meditating on the couch to the sounds or whatever. And it's a beautiful thing to see that that's what they call their prayers. So they get up, they without us telling them anything, right? They just been programmed into, okay, we got to meditate every rising. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing to see that they'll be able to go within themselves and listen to that voice, their higher self, to resonate with the struggles of the day.
So, do anyone of y'all believe in love at first sight? Anyone of y'all believe in that?
Well, let me ask this question first, real quick, if y'all don't mind.
Yeah,
would y'all ever want to live forever?
We live forever, though, Yosef. That's the crazy thing.
No, I'm asking blankly, like, you ever want to just never die? You live to be 10 million years old.
You mean on Earth?
On Earth.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Bite me.
Absolutely not.
How about you, Rod? Do you ever want to live forever?
Bite me.
Nah, that wouldn't make any sense because just based off.
Well, you know what? I figured out how I could. When I did think about, I wanted to be impactful.
Well, no, I want to know. I want to know. Do you want to live forever?
No. I mean,
no. Okay. That's a good. I'm asking that because I don't need it. You know,
well, this ain't the real world. So, you know, essentially we'll be just fooling ourselves into an illusion forever. Like we're basically in a dream forever, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, without even going that deep, you ask most people, hey, would you just want to live? Like, they come out a new drug, hey, make you live 10,000 years. Would you want to live 10,000 years more? And then for me, absolutely not.
Oh,
that sounds crazy.
Yeah, that sounds,
but I just want to do my duty and go about my business. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. You know what I mean? I ain't about to live no 10,000 years. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, I would have to, you know, it's like, roll it out a little better. Let me kind of, yeah. I mean, are you saying 10,000 years in a wheelchair, or you know what I'm saying?
No, healthy, super healthy. You're healthy. You're strong. You're confident. Everything's great. You get to live 10,000 years.
I mean, because you could cover a lot of mistakes in 10,000. You can learn from a lot of mistakes in 10,000 years.
Sure, right. I learned a lot in 40 years.
But keep in mind, nobody around you living 10,000 years, but you are.
I mean, I know you said me. I was like, bye. You know, I see what you're saying. I mean,
so
you're making kids coming and going. They're dying, and the family, everybody's leaving, and you just. And I guess vampires are doing that now. You know what I'm saying? And you know, because they live for so long, or everything else. But you know, all of us right up here now, and I've studied this, we are living forever right now. The three of us. Anytime it's called biochemical immortality is where we at right now, by living in these videos that somebody can watch 200 years from now. And they'll be able to understand our personality, the way we thought, how we see the world. It could be your great grandkids. This is why I tell people now through our YouTube training, you know, start our YouTube channel, videos, something that you're going to pass down your ideology to another generation that ain't even here. Right. And it may be yourself coming back, tapping into messages and clues you left for yourself.
That's fire, Roger.
Yeah. So
fire. Because Yosef's library crazy on YouTube unless they cut it down. But you know, people will clip it up. So Yosef definitely spread his message.
And we all watching people now that's dead on YouTube.
Yeah,
that's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They still
and their messages are still living on.
Clockwork. Kevin Samuels thing just be moving. I'll be like, dang, he back.
But even deeper than Kevin was saying, he left an imprint on a lot of young men that's doing the same thing he did.
There you go.
Yeah,
There might be in the future. There may be some little Roderick Martins and some little Brother Yosef, some little Green Wises in the future. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Yeah. And then people come back, not us, but like there's people that are going to reincarnate into another body. So you're right, Roderick. People do need to start a YouTube channel to see the message that they're going to leave for themselves, because that's absolutely fire to think about. Like, because then you'll see this person on screen in another body 500 years from now, and you'll be like, man, something about him just resonates so much. Let me tap in. You feel me? And we've been seeing some historical figures in the past that we resonate with, that we can look at and be like, oh, that's me, right?
Yeah.
I know a few people on this stream right now. So you know what I'm saying? I think it's a beautiful thing to have to be living in this particular time and to have this archive of information that's about to flow forever.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they do something completely strange with this thing, which, you know what I'm saying? But information is moving so fast now. And it's like, how far does a rabbit hole go? You feel me? We're just growing and growing and growing. Like, soon enough, our kids will not know anything about meeting people in the real world. They'll just know about meeting people online.
That's a fact.
It's based off of the world we're going into with the goggles and the metaverse thing. That was a trial run. 10 years from now, that thing is coming back for a fact.
In fact, it's crazy because now you don't gotta have a computer no more. You check these out. I just got these joints. These glasses right here. I don't need a computer no more.
Yeah, is that the one that put all the multiple screens on the screen on your site?
Yeah, man. This thing, you put these things on, you don't need a computer. You could type in the air, you could hit stuff in the air, YouTube, video games, everything, and nobody can ever see what you watching.
And you can still walk with those.
Technology done got crazy.
You can walk with those.
Like, you can walk with them. It's a transparent, or you can darken it up. You can do GPS. You can be driving with these things, listen to music.
Okay,
it's crazy. They was pretty expensive, but it's crazy. So technology, these kids today, they all gonna have some type of device on their face where they tapped in all the time. Right. And nobody even gonna know. They gonna look like they're talking to you, but they watching Netflix at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a crazy world. These are the somebody asked what these are. These are the Inmo Air 3 or something like that. But yeah, but you know what? I think that was a great question Roger asked earlier too. He said, do you believe in love at first sight? And I want to answer that because at first I didn't, but I had to really think about it, right? And I thought about the first time I saw my daughter. It was love at first sight. See, I was in love immediately. You know what I'm saying? I was in love, and even though I probably loved her before she was even born, I most likely did. I still was. When I saw her, I was already loved. So now, outside of having children, is love at first sight real? I'm going to say yes, because I believe that love is anything possible with love, true love. But I'm going to say it's super rare that this is my opinion, because a person could say I saw them and because you was physically attracted, I was in love. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, there's a woman out there make you look like, oh, I'm in love. No, you think you in love. The truth is, you don't know this person. They could be planning to kill you that night. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. But at the end of the day, they are extremely attractive, right? So the love at first sight, I'm going to say yes. For some people, it's rare. And I think you got to be like a super soulmate. And you just see him and you know him. Like, oh, yeah, we belong together. Right. I just think it's extremely rare. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a good question to ask. Are soulmates found or are they created?
Soulmates, in my opinion, soulmates, y'all know my stance on that. Soulmates, I think they're I don't think I would just say this. I think that you meet them, it's predestined in heaven, and you come down and you meet them throughout depending on your destiny. I believe twin flames are rare, super rare. You know what I'm saying? But I believe everybody has a soulmate. Whether they found it in this life, you may find them in your next life.
Mm-hmm.
And people who never have issues in their relationship ever, like they give it a person and they just be together, they got a good marriage, good relationship. These are people who've been together for multiple lifetimes and they master their relationship. They want to master something else now. That's how that works.
Yeah, that's good, Yosef. It's good. Can you outgrow your soulmate?
I don't think so. I think y'all supposed to grow together. Because you have a negative soulmate. There's no soulmates that come into your life that treat you there to teach you a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They only come in your life to hurt you. They really come to hurt you and break your heart. And that's so you can learn something from that. But your true soulmate will not. Your true soulmate will not break your heart. Once y'all get together, you ain't no. I know some people don't want to believe that because they got people that think they love. Once you meet your soulmate, y'all not separating. Y'all together. That's just how it go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't no back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Y'all together.
Mm-hmm. So so there's a spiritual purpose about heartbreak. Because
yes,
that's what
just like there's a spiritual purpose when you break up with your best friend or you break up with your loved one or somebody dies. All those are heartbreaks.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all made to teach you a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Any pain you go through is only meant to make you stronger.
Roger, you care to share the pain of the she-wolf? So these brothers can know. Like what have you because you're basically damn near the expert. You're the OG. Honestly.
I mean, but I'm not.
You have
my qualifications. My qualifications, because I haven't been with a million women. There's only been a few, and so I can't classify everybody the same. But I can share patterns of my relationship and things that I have probably experienced. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would that question be specifically?
Like, what have you learned in having, two marriages? What was the biggest takeaway that you're going to bring to your next relationship or to your next wife?
The first thing would be the X factor, the common denominator, which was me, right? So, I can honestly say that I'm not, nowhere where I was from marriage 1 to marriage 2 and to who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
But don't mean that at all those times I couldn't have been a good person, because I was too. But I think now my outlook of I don't need to win anymore. I don't have to win this argument, or understanding there's something else there.
Mm-hmm.
Empathy, understanding that, I can put myself in her shoes, but I don't have to walk in them, but I can, to understand it, and just be a better communicator, within that. I think that's something that, and then understand her love, you know, is the way she probably learned how to love, and mine could be different. So we don't stand there saying you don't love me when they're saying they do, but we don't just receive it the way we think we should.
Mm-hmm.
And being really reflective on that standpoint. And then at the same time too, hopefully you will tend to, or I would think, to make each other's life better, in all the ways that you would be doing that intentionally. And so my biggest motto is no more saying, and I hope any woman get this, is that I don't no longer believe in happy wife, happy life. That's out the window. I believe in happy spouse, happy house. You know what I'm saying? And so, in having said that, then we could do that. But then I don't even have to get married again now. I mean, you could respect the life partnership. You can respect two people that have made a commitment without the actual paperwork, if that's what you want to do. And then you still can design things that are left behind to each other, regardless, because that's just paperwork, and so those are a lot of things that we would do, I think. But the biggest thing for me today, because of the work that I do and how I work, I just want somebody to make me laugh, and I'll make them laugh. Let us just laugh it off,
Mm-hmm.
And you know, or if they not funny, enjoy my jokes. So, you know,
Absolutely.
and just kind of go that route, because I'm no longer in the mindset of taking things that are not needed to be taken serious. You get what I'm saying? Now, don't get me. I know the difference between responsibility and handling responsibility, but I am no longer trying to be sitting here, you know, just worrying about, you know, those things anymore. And so I don't know. I think that's one of the things I would learn. And then the main thing is, and I'll just push it back to you all. I'm not going to place the hard drive of that computer of the woman I had here and this one to that one, because there are two different models. There are different computer systems, so to speak, and their programs are going to run different. And so therefore I'm hoping to have a unique experience with this new person. And if we come across new arguments, at least they're new and we can get past the old stuff, you know, and all of that. So
Yeah.
it just kind of follow on. Yeah.
So you're saying you through your wisdom and through even your spiritual awakening, you become more conscious. So now you can just observe the relationship rather than be in the absorb mode where you're reacting or like trying to win a battle. You know what I'm saying? Because I had that problem when I was younger. I was trying to win every battle when I was 20. In my
I understand it now, because in this book they talk about one of the demons, which are named Yoko. You know, and Yoko is the one that is put here to feed off of rage and all of this stuff, or not being satisfied. That's where the anger comes from. And knowing this, and from the Haggadah text and what they talked about, is that we can't get rid of these things, and not that all demons are bad, but whatever it is. But the whole point is recognizing it. So now I'm more opted to know if I'm having this disagreement with her, I can step out of it and understand it may not have to be me. And I need to find out who else, what passenger we got with us now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? There's something else in the room, you know, that's feeding, that's causing. And so I'm now in better equipped with that 4 seconds that we get before whatever we say come out of my mouth, I can stop it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm better equipped with handling things and understanding that just because me and her are having this conversation, it just may not be her. And let's step outside of it and see where we're going. And hopefully we both can operate with that conscious awareness and I think that'll be a beautiful relationship, because at this point now we know that there's some higher forces at work. And if you know this, and going back to what Brother Joseph said, if I'm now loving her soul, I should know that soul is not seeing what I'm hearing. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? That deceptiveness is not there, and where is this coming from? So that's how I see the world now. So
it's fire. Appreciate the jewels, appreciate the wisdoms. All right, we're gonna take these few questions here in the chat, and then we probably take one more. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to the family. I see y'all in here. I see y'all go down. They go down. What also goes down? The New Love Life event. Now remember, August 2nd is the last day to get the webinar, to be in person and get the tools, to get the work, to get the wisdom that we bestow. You're gonna want to be in the building, and you want to go pick up these jewels ASAP. All right, so let's get to some of these questions, and we're gonna get up off of here. What does it say? It says, can you elaborate on twin flames? Go ahead, Yosef.
That's a Brother Yosef question.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll make it fast too. Yeah, the twin flames, to be honest with you, you do the research on, is a very old concept that comes from poetry. So a poet once used the term back in like the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? And it was so poetic until relationship coaches and people who was helping people was calling people twin flames. You know what I'm saying? And so it just used something to describe two people that come from one spark. You know, but on a deeper level, that's a great way to describe the different levels of the soulmate. Me, your best friend could be your soulmate. The woman you love could be your soulmate. You gonna have you also got something called a group of soulmates where y'all all here to do something together.
Yeah.
Right. But when it comes to twin flames, and everybody's been hearing me talk about this for years, and today people teach anybody to be a twin flame. Well, what'll happen to soulmates then? Because soulmates and twin flames are not the same thing. So when it comes to twin flames, there's something a little bit more higher, and they're sent with a special mission directly from Creator to do something on Earth. And I've said it before, there's whole organizations that watch twin flames because they know who you are from the day you're born by your astrology. You know what I'm saying? So they watch twin flames, and when y'all link up, they're gonna watch y'all. Because they know they can't stop y'all until y'all mission done. But they will try to kill twin flames. So at the end of the day, people can achieve things as soulmates, and people want the idea that this person's my twin flame. Well, that's true. Y'all got a mission, and y'all never separate.
Mm-hmm.
So you have multiple twin soulmates without a shadow of a doubt. Negative soulmates and positive soulmates. The negative soulmate gonna teach you, gonna hurt you the most, and they gonna teach you the most. Your positive soulmate gonna teach you, but they also gonna be with you forever. People may disagree with that, but that's just my opinion on that.
The Black Witness, that's my dog. What's up, man? What's good, brother? He says,
Brother Red, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up? It's the best way to recover from a broken heart. You going through that? Oh,
bro, the best way to recover from broken heart, make sure it don't happen again.
Ha!
You can't stop that pain. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. We get broken heart when our mama died. We broken hearted when our daddy died. We broken hearted when a person we love passed away. We broken hearted when somebody did us dirty in a relationship. We're broken hearted when our cat dies. Like whatever, right? We get broken hearted all the time. But some things you only supposed to learn lessons from. Some things you need to prevent because you don't need to get that type of pain all the time.
Right.
There's some people that had their heart broken 20 times. You see what I'm saying? And what that does eventually, if you don't make better decisions, it's going to turn your heart black. And this is why you hear some men today saying, I ain't never get married. I ain't none of, they mad at all the women in the world. All the women is evil. And you got some women saying, I don't need no man. I'm a strong woman. And that's their reality. And what's happening in the world today, they're taking people with that mindset and that reality, and they're putting it on Instagram and TikTok and feeding it to the whole world. So they're taking something minimal and making it huge to make people think, oh, this is reality. All men think this way, and all women think this way. It's not true.
Yeah, my heart was broken in college and stuff of that nature, and my heart turned black, just like Joseph said. I turned cold, and I started, rebelling and just doing my own thing and not really caring about the situation. Once I became spiritual, I started finding more light in, evaluating myself and doing my chakra work. That chakra work is going to be heavy, especially the heart chakra when you do get your heart broken, because essentially, remember, we're a mirror. So that particular situation is happening because you need to work on your heart regardless. So what tends to happen is when we do feel, in my ignorant stage, I didn't know that, but when you do feel these heartbreaking situations, essentially it's just about, okay, this is spirit saying I need to work on my heart. Can I fall deeply in love with myself more, right? Instead of just loving others, giving to others, doing too much for others. I need to sow more into myself. What do I like to do? Who am I, right? And then, what will happen is you'll become a conduit to give to others, but you got to love yourself first, because again, the heartbreak just kind of falls into alignment of, you haven't did your proper work. So wear green, do the green, eat healthy, green foods, green juices. Definitely do this, the heart chakra work where you're seeing a spiral around your heart, right? And it'll heal and it'll mend from there as well. Good question, though. Very good question. I know some brothers and that's the thing that, especially with you, what you talking about, Yosef, these brothers don't want to date no more. Well, that means you're stuck in a lower vibrational level. Your root chakra, your energy, all your energy is in your root chakra, right? So now you're just stimulated by porn. Food is your thing. It's lust, food, and that's it. And come and work and video games, and that's it. But where's the love at? You don't have no love for the world. And you know what I'm saying? When you show up in the world, you're gonna need some love. So you got to do your work, your spiritual work. And I think a lot of times people won't go outside because they haven't raised their level of consciousness up from the past the heart chakra to the throat, where they can speak things into existence, speak clearly with ease, see their plays and see vibrations in the room, and then also receive channels and downloads so you can move a lot swifter and faster as you're communicating in this space. So very, very good questions, y'all. Very, very good questions. Is there any more? Y'all see any more? You can be strong.
No, that's it, brother.
Sure.
That's all they get tonight.
I have a question.
All right, last one, Roger.
Right. Last one is this. If any of you women out there need a man, August the 8th, there will be one in that room.
Hey,
there will be one in that room.
There'll be a few men in the room now.
There'll be a few. There'll be a few, and they'll be in the room. Now I'm single, and when I say I'm single spiritually, financially, individual, all of it in my mind, everything, all across the board, mind, personality, who I am, just I come as one to become one. And you know, you could be watching now, could be the person that I'm supposed to meet. I don't know you. I can't see you, you know. And you might want to reach out. You never know. You get what I'm saying? Just reach out.
Send them your email. Roderick, tell them what the email is.
Rod@roderickmartin.com. I say it everywhere. I'm here. I'm nowhere to hide. But don't send me your username and be talking about this is my. Don't hide behind anonymity. You know.
What's the?
You know what I look like.
Go down in the DMs.
You can send your photo or something. I mean, just I need to know who I'm talking to as much as anything. I'm not getting on the phone with nobody and don't even know I'm talking. Could be sitting there getting disguised with a woman and a man's voice. You know, or vice versa. You know.
Right, but you got to fall in love with their. You got to fall in love with their soul. Oh, you said a man's voice.
Well, either way, you get what I'm saying. You get on the phone. And you got these devices. You think you're talking to a woman, it could be a man. They got them out there. You could buy that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, brother, we got 2Fly Lux said that she does need one. She said I do, Robert.
Hey, there you go.
She said, what's my? It's Rod. It's Rod at roderickmartin.com.
There you go.
Come on out to the event, sis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Rod at roderickmartin.com and send me your number and I will call you and we'll talk.
Oh,
you know,
what's your email, Rod? There you go. Oh, there you go. See,
yeah, Rod at roderickmartin.com.
Yes, sir. Love connections happening.
Yes, sir.
The New Love Life event, man. We love and appreciate y'all, man. Love and appreciate y'all. Until next time. Peace to the gods.
Peace and love.
And email me.